Brandon, last week we asked you, what your biggest regret was going to be from this season looking back, and you said to ask you whenever it was that you guys were no longer in the playoff hunt. So now that you've been eliminated, as you look back on this season, what do you think will be the thing that you lament the most, that you regret the most?
I think the mistakes we made, the penalties, that caught up to us in a big way today, and I just look back when I think about it. 2016, we found ways to lose. That was a year, and then next year, we found ways to win. So I'm hopeful, man, that we can end the season off on a great note with winning, and learning from all this, because one thing I took from this, like, man, penalties definitely gonna get you beat. You don't get turnovers on defense, that ain't gonna help your cause. You know what I'm saying? Like, just thinking about some things that I can get better, or we all can get better on defense, and that's just create more turnovers. We didn't have many as we would like this year, but I think really it was just the mistakes, the self-inflicting stuff that we did together.
John Clark and Ed Benkin.
Hey, Brandon, to be down Josh Sweat, Derek Barnett, and then you're up in this game, and then Fletcher Cox leaves the game. How much did that affect the defensive line?
We went out there, we battled, man. I played a lot this game. I knew it was gonna be. I knew we gotta dig deep. We've been dealing with that all year, injuries here and there, but no excuses. Nobody wavered. Everybody just next man up mentality, and we went out there and we played. We fought, we scratched, we clawed, we did all we could do. And I'm proud of the guys that wasn't getting that time before. They got time out there today to show what they could do, and man, I'm just happy with the group, because despite all, we really held our own most of the year as a D-line, and I love how we played together and stuck together during these tough times, man. And you don't always win them all, but I do know that we trying to learn from this and make sure that going into 2021 we can start it off on a great note by getting a dub at the end of the season, and then see what happens during the off season.
Ed Benkin and Jeff McLean.
Hi, Brandon. You mentioned the last couple of years being in this position and finding a way to get into the playoffs. This year it didn't happen. What has to change where you're not in this position in December, where at the beginning of the year you're not off to the start jar and you're not desperate at the end of the season?
We just got to win games, man. We got to figure out ways to win and not beat ourselves. Like I said, that's the biggest regret I have. This year is us with the self-inflicted wounds that we talked about each and every week. We just can't have the penalties. We can't have the pre-snap stuff on our side as a defense and on the offensive side. And, just penalties, period. You always try to win in that category for the year. And so we didn't do that this year. And, no sense of crying about it. We just got to figure it out and make sure that next year we don't do that. And that's just us checking ourselves and making sure that we work in those details now that we know that it can hurt us in these games.
Jeff McLean and then Mike Kay.
BG, you know how it goes. Team loses, gets knocked out of the playoffs, and everyone starts looking to the coach and whether he's going to return. What's your assessment of Doug and how he's done this year?
I think Doug did a great job, man. He's a great motivator. I love Doug. At the end of the day, I understand this part of it. Hopefully, things happen the way we wanted to with him being back. But, that's above my pay grade, man. I just know that I'm here for whatever the organization want to do, and we just keep it moving, because at the end of the day, I know being here these 11 years, I know everybody here that they want to win, and they're going to do everything they can to make sure that happens. And so whatever they see fit, you got to buy into whatever it is, and let's get it rolling. But I love Doug. I know Doug is a great motivator and a great coach, and that's all I can really say on that.
Mike and Zach Berman.
Brandon, that said, though, there's a lot of turnaround on roster for a team that wins 4 or 5 games. There's a lot of turnaround with the coaching staff. It seems like this is turning in towards a new era. Are you willing to go through, at this point in your career, are you willing to go through a youth movement, a rebuild, potentially a new staff at this point with this organization?
You know what? I'm down for whatever, man, because at the end of the day, I love being here. I do whatever I can for this team. And so if it's a rebuild, I'm going to make sure I bring my positive energy so that, the guys that's coming in could keep that energy going, because keeping it positive, man, we let the media keep the negative. We stay with the positive. We keep it in-house. We keep everything tight. And we fix our issues by how we work every day. And I'm just happy that, just to be a part of those plans, whatever it is. I mean, I don't know what it's going to look like. Shoot, the rebuild might be the year that we win it, because, we got the right pieces, whatever it is. Like, I don't look at it as a rebuild. I just look at it as, we're going to have pieces that they let go and they bring in, because that's just how I go every year. And so I'm just hoping to be a part of that and making sure that I do my part as leader of this team, to make sure that I just come out ready to work and show these boys how to work every day, and just keep it positive through all the hard times. And man, and make sure y'all stay together during them hard times.
Zach, and then John McMullen.
Hey, Brandon, I know you don't play in the secondary, but you're standing here as a defensive captain. The issues with the secondary, it seems it's every year, and you saw it tonight. What is it about this defense that pass coverage seems to be this annual issue?
Man, you got to win your one-on-ones. You gotta go out there. And that's just the bottom line. Like, in this league, you got to win your one-on-ones. We talk about that up front. We talk about that as a defense. We know what we got to do, and sometimes it just don't happen that way. And so you just got to keep on getting back to the drawing board, keep on working your technique. And, we don't point fingers around here, because we all collectively, just try to do our job up front. If we have issues in the back end, we got to get there faster. We challenge ourselves to get off the rock, making sure that we make it, as easy as we can for the back end, especially if I know they struggling. We just need a spark sometimes, and, things kind of fix itself. But all I know is, man, we don't point fingers around here. We try to get that thing right. As a D-line, we take on that challenge of getting there faster. And I'm sure, in the back end, they don't want to look bad on national TV. And I know that a lot of guys we got a lot of pride in our room. And so we just gotta keep getting better, man. Every week, just gotta keep getting better.
We have time for one more, so wanted to hear with John.
Hey, BG. Similar to the question about Doug, you've been with Jim now since 2016. I know he's meant a lot to your career. Just how has he handled the attrition? You've had attrition at all three levels. How has he been able to handle that and get through that this year?
I think he's been doing good. I mean, you don't see him really panicking at all. He's just been coaching us, doing the same thing that he does. I'm like, if that's what I would do. If I'm about to be done or go out, I'm gonna go out being me, and I'm gonna go out coaching my players and making sure I put my players in a great position to win. And I think he does that. I think it means a lot to him. I mean, it sucks that we didn't get it done for him this year. And I know things always move around, but like I say, that's above me. I just know that while he's here, he's been a great coach, somebody that I've learned from, somebody that always help us each and every week to put us in the right positions. We just got to go out and do our job, and that's win our one-on-ones, make sure that we do we have great eyes out there, making sure that we do our job, and that's really the bottom line. And when you look at us, sometimes we do our job, it's just not as consistent as we want it to be, and so it's no sense of crying about it. We just gotta just learn from that, and it's part of the growing process for us.
What changes do you think this team needs to make in the offseason to avoid, missing the playoffs another season?
Honestly, if y'all watch the game, I think the only thing that really hurt us was penalties. I think just playing smarter football and everybody doing their job and executing at a high standard and holding ourselves and each other accountable, So, but honestly, the penalties really killed us, and it was impossible to get like a true rhythm. We had a rhythm the first two drives, and then as soon as the penalties kicked in, they took the momentum from us.
Martin, and then Les. Or-
Hey, Miles, I'm sorry. On the first drive, you guys, I think, ran 10 out of the 11 plays on that drive. And then, it seemed like that was something you wanted to take advantage of, but then you were never really able to do that the rest of the game. What kind of changed after that first drive?
We were behind. We're behind, I guess, 10 points, I guess. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to, keep running the ball when you're behind like that. You're trying to get things going, trying to get downfield fast and get points on the board so we can balance it out again. So, but I think they had a good lead on us, so.
Les and John McMullen.
Hey, Miles. That was kind of what I was going to ask, and I kind of want to follow up. You weren't down that much. You had basically 2 quarters almost left. Couldn't you have still stuck with the run as a way to give your defense some breathing time and move the ball steadily and get some rhythm back into the offense?
Honestly, y'all know how I am. I don't question the play calling. I trust the play calling. I trust the coaches. Whatever it's called, I go out there and give 110%. So that's above my level right now. So whatever it's called, I'm gonna go out there and do my job.
And why do you think there were so many penalties? Were people unable to hear Jalen with the signals, or what?
Probably just miscommunication and just not focusing in all the way. All of us, we didn't focus in all the way. We weren't locked in.
Thank you.
John and then Daniel.
Hey, Miles, you guys did produce a lot. You almost had 500 yards of total offense, but to kind of follow up on the penalty question, how much does that change just in quarterback and things like voice and cadence? How much does that affect the team and affect the other guys?
A lot. I think we got a turnover and we were on the 28 and we ended up on like the 40. We can't go backwards when we're on the other side of the field, and that's what's honestly killing us. We gotta play smarter and we gotta play better as a whole team.
Daniel and Chris Murray.
And Miles, what was kind of your mood coming off the field after that game, and what was the mood in the locker room like from your teammates? What's just kind of the emotions right now?
I'm disappointed. Super disappointed. We work our all week, every week, every day. I believe that we're a great football team. We have to play smarter, and that's all around pre-snap penalties, situational football, everything. But I do believe this is a great team, and I believe better days are coming. But I'm very disappointed right now, because this city is so passionate about this game, and we're passionate too. But we owe it to the fans, and I promise you, better days are coming. I promise you.
Chris and then Jeff Skversky.
Yeah. How would you evaluate Jalen Hurts' performance today under these circumstances, especially in the second half and all that, him trying to get you guys back but making some mistakes along the way?
He's young, man. I mean, he don't even want me saying that. He probably gonna get on me for saying that, but he got thrown in last 4 games of the season, so. But he's been showing some great things, and we're just going to build off of that. Like I said, better days are coming, and we're going to get everything right.
We'll take 2 more here with Jeff and then Bo.
Miles, how surprised are you that you guys are even in this position? I mean, when the season started, there was a lot of talk that this team was capable of making a Super Bowl run, and just everything went wrong, from injuries to poor play to you name it. Are you surprised you're standing here today eliminated from the playoffs?
No, not at all, because that's just how we are. It happened last year. Everybody counted us out, and we still made a run and gave us a chance to play for the big game. This year we just came up short. But all I can say is, I'm just a little frustrated right now, so I really don't have all the words, but better days are coming, though.
this is the first time since 2016 that this team isn't in the playoffs. What was Doug's message to you guys in the locker room, after that loss with the playoff elimination?
Yeah, it's disappointing, even from the start of the offseason. We know, and well, I could say we feel and we know that we're a playoff team, like you just said, since 2016. That's my rookie year. We've been in the playoffs, and the biggest thing now is it kind of is what it is, and we still have one more opportunity left to go out there and play football. And I mean, I think that's the biggest blessing at the end of the day. We still get the opportunity to play football.
We'll go Mike Sealski and then Chris Murray.
Jalen, since that Super Bowl victory, I mean, you guys have been in the playoffs, but there's been a regression each season. You get to the playoffs, win a playoff game. Then you get back to the playoffs and don't win a playoff game, and now you have a 4-win season. As best as you can figure out, what's been going on here the last few years that hasn't allowed you guys to stay at that level that you were at back in 17, 18?
Yeah, I could say one of those things is, especially this year, we've been hit hard with a lot of injuries. Not using that as an excuse, but when a lot of your top guys, on the team get injured, I mean, of course, it's always next man up, and guys have to step up and play. But those guys were our top guys for a reason. Also, on top of that, I think with that is it's just execution. When those moments happen, those tight games or whatever it may be, those sudden changes, we got to execute as well.
Chris Murray and then Jeff Skversky.
Jalen, was this loss today kind of your entire 2020 season in a nutshell? Was this kind of a microcosm of everything that happened between injuries, you trying to battle the guy your own ways and all that? Was this kind of like how this season went?
I could say a lot of things throughout this game have kind of showed up throughout other games. Self-inflicted wounds and different things like that. Coach preaches, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot, and we definitely did that for sure today a couple times.
Jeff Skversky and then Marcus Hayes.
Hey, Jalen, what is the mood for you? You've been here a long time. You work hard. You have a lot of pride. Are you angry, or what kind of the emotion that you have going right now as you guys are eliminated and not going back to the playoffs?
Yeah, I'm frustrated for sure. I won. I was lucky enough to win a world title at a young age, coming there in my year 2 in the league. So, of course, at that point, my expectations are at the highest. So definitely frustrated, not even getting a chance, to play in the postseason. This team, man, we have so much potential. We have some really good guys, man, on this team who can play. I mean, from the young guys all the way up to the older guys, and it's like I said, it's frustrating that we came up short today, even knowing that we had an opportunity to get in the postseason.
Marcus and EJ Smith.
Hey, Jalen, can you put your finger on what happened to you guys defensively after Fletch left? And what was it like on the sideline as with the defensive backs when Dalton's, going crazy and he seems to be picking on a rookie, Michael Jacquet?
Yeah, I mean, you guys know Fletch. The whole league knows him. He's, one of the best defensive tackles in this league, one of the best defensive players in this league on top of that. And you say, as far as, Dalton throwing the ball, I mean, we made the adjustment. I ended up going to corner, and, they started feeding Zeke. He's one of the best running backs in this league. I mean, guys were hitting him. He just was, make some really, really good runs and some really, really good cuts. He's one of the best backs in the league, so you just got to tip your hat off to him.
Is there anything you can say to Mike to keep his, to help him play better, to keep his spirits up going forward?
Yeah, just keep working. He's a rookie. not trying to use it as no excuse or anything like that, but he didn't have any OTAs. Camp was it was what it was. He wasn't a guy who was projected to be a starter. Got thrown in the fire. Had some good plays here. Had a couple bad plays, but at the end of the day, you just come to work each and every day and just get better. He's going to be a really, really good player in the future, I promise.
We have time for one more, so we'll end it here with EJ.
Hey, Jalen, what led to you moving to corner for Jaquette? Was that something that you asked to do, or did the coaching staff ask you to move?
Just the coaching staff, knowing that I know the defense. There's been times throughout this season, even with injuries. I mean, you guys seen it that I moved the corner for a couple series here and there. So that was just the coaching staff, trusting me to be out there on the edge and playing corner.